This is a house at Jericho in the Neolithic portion. There's a person giving an idea of scale. This is the outer wall that was uncovered. It's made out of stone, and you see how the wall is tilted in? It's because these houses were circular, like in the shape of a beehive-shaped houses. And what's interesting is about 300 miles to the north from Jericho, near Haran, there's actually a place where people still live in the exact same kind of architecture. Beehive-shaped houses. It makes sense when you live in a very hot climate, because this approaches a sphere, right? And a sphere is the shape that has the least surface area per volume. And so less surface area, less heat loss or heat gain. And so it makes sense architecturally to build your houses in the shape of bubbles, shape of domes. So these beehive-shaped houses are still around. Architecture hasn't changed much in the last few millennia. This is inside. If you look up, you can see the hole in the roof that allows the heat to escape, smoke to escape. Gives some light to the interior. It's also in the context of Jericho that they found some of the oldest cloth. Weaving took place before civilization. They began to weave cloth as opposed to wearing animal skins. Also, they began to smelt metal. They found that when you put certain rocks in the fire, that there's a fluid that flows out of the rocks and crystallizes into metal. And they learned that they could create forms, molds, and pour this molten metal into the forms, and when it crystallized, you have metal objects. This is copper, was the first metal to be smelted. And copper is very bendable. It melts at a low temperature too, so it's easy to smelt. And you see the first copper artifacts, we've seen them before, they were quite fancy, remember?